We get week 12 in the USL Championship underway from beautiful Irvine, California, as Orange County Soccer Club is hosting Tacoma Defiance. Tonight's match is presented by Hogue. With Devin Kerr, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for being with us tonight from Championship Soccer Stadium in the Pacific Division. A look at the standings. A big chance for Orange County to leapfrog San Diego Loyal in the second spot, while Tacoma Defiance, a point tonight could keep moving them up the table. 3 points puts them back into the playoff spots. And looking at this Tacoma Defiance team, we're more looking at the organization of the Seattle Sounders because they have a lot of good things to talk about.
Big picture here. Garth Lagerwey, the general manager of Seattle Sounders. Brian Schmetzer, the head coach of Seattle. Henry Bronner, director of player development. Wade Weber, of course, the Tacoma Defiance head coach. And last but not least, Gary Lewis, their academy director. Big picture, Josh, over 50% of these guys are homegrowns coming right through that academy system, and go even further than that. The international stage, 15 of those guys have stepped up for either the youth or senior level to push this product much further than just the Pacific Northwest. They're getting things done right up there.
And on the other side for Orange County, coming off a pretty good 2-0 win at Colorado Springs.
This was a masterclass defensively. Braden Cloutier actually said that felt they struggled a little bit in the final third. I actually go the other direction because once you go get a goal on the road, you can sit back and defensively, they were magnificent. Brent Richards played in the midfield, out in the wing. He hadn't done that since 2011 when he led the University of Washington and Jamie Clark in assists and goals. The Fighting Husky back in action. There would be some opportunities, absolutely, but defensively, they were great. Abraham Romero stepped up. Kobe Henry, the youngster, 17 years of age, playing like a wily veteran, and Eric Calvillo would tuck one home on the end of this thing. They hold the second longest unbeaten streak in the league right now, currently sitting at 6, chasing down, you guessed it, Pacific Wonder, San Diego Loyal.
So we'll see if they can extend that unbeaten streak tonight as they welcome in Tacoma Defiance. The stands will be packed, and we are just about set to go. Lineups and first kick coming up next from beautiful Southern California.
Apparently, it sparked a lot of talk on social media. I like the short pant look thing. I think I'm into that.
Oh, my God. Okay.
We're the nerds.
You can't get nothing for a quarter. It ain't 1947 no more.
If Browner says, whoa,
Yeah.
that's a whoa, whoa, whoa.
Catch Kaplan and Crew tonight at 9 p.m. right after the game, only on Your View.
Back here on Irvine and Championship Soccer Stadium, the teams making their way out onto the field now. Orange County in orange, Tacoma in all white tonight. It's time to look at our starting lineups presented by Kimco Staffing. We start with Wade Weber's starting 11.
One change for Wade Weber. It's going to come with Villanueva at the left back spot. Interestingly enough, for a team that has such young players and rotates a lot, they've only changed twice in the past 2 matches. So a lot of chemistry here being built for them. I mentioned the national team experience. 6 are in the starting lineup at the youth level. 12 if you include the overall 18. Eric Kisner goes to the bench. Love the way that Serrano and Ocampo Chavez tuck underneath Adeniran to allow the wingbacks to get in and still create a quality composition within the midfield.
And on the other side for Orange County and Braden Cloutier.
My favorite thing about this is honestly the versatility, Josh, and the fact that where you have Brian Olofsky, Kuningas, Chris Wehan, Nathan Smith, Brent Richards, who are all able to switch sides, change position. Chris Wehan can drop into the 10. Olofsky can slide out to the outside. Kuningas can drop into the midfield. Eric Calvillo, of course, is the wild card recently on loan as he steps up into the pocket right underneath Eero Markkanen. You don't have to necessarily worry about everything going through Brian Olofsky. You have great numbers moving forward, and of course, defensively, this team is at another level right now.
And there is the big man up top, Eero Markkanen. He will be leading the line tonight for this Orange County side. Teams are out there. We're just about set to go. Another beautiful night in Irvine, California. It's time to look at our injury report presented by Whiteboard Risk and Insurance Solutions. And of course, the Orange County list a bit longer than Tacoma's as they have been decimated by injuries this season, Orange County, but still putting out a strong 11 tonight without all of those attacking presences.
Think about the fact they've been able to get all these results. Remember, 6 games unbeaten for Orange County, 4-0-2, taking down some quality opponents in the process and still lacking all those names. Be nice to get them back and see if they can continue the same chemistry moving forward.
And we are underway tonight. The sun is shining as it normally is here in Orange County. It's OC going right to left. It's Tacoma going left to right. And as we talked about off the top, a great run of form here for Orange County. They come in 5-2-2, and that is 6 games unbeaten. The last time they were unbeaten in 6 games was all the way back in 2019, where they won 6 games in a row. They've outscored opponents 11-4 during that time as well as they go into the smoke. You can't even see the goal, Devin.
It's your early Christmas present for you. Enjoy with the numbers fading into the sunset.
Just have to listen for the back of the net.
Attaboy.
On the other side for Tacoma, coming off a second loss of the season to Las Vegas, this time of the 1-0 variety. Is kept in there in the corner. A chance for Tacoma to come into the attack here in the early going. They come in just outside of the playoff line. A draw tonight won't move them above Los Dos, but it'll keep them level on points. So a big opportunity for Tacoma tonight on the road, and it's a Tacoma side that has had Orange County's number as of late. The 1-0 win to start this season off for OC. That was the 1-0 win for Tacoma that night. Now reset here at the back. Tom Brewitt and Liverpudlian starting in central defense once again for Tacoma. And you mentioned just the one change during lineups. A good reason for that is you go all the way up to the MLS side, and the Seattle Sounders, they've been decimated by their own injuries. So the likes of Danny Leyva, Reed Baker Whiting, Ethan Dabeler, Abdoulaye Sissoko, they've all been getting minutes or at least coming off the bench for Brian Schmetzer and the Sounders. So the trickle-down effect there is real for this side.
Nice to know that as thin as the team is, you still have guys like Taylor Mueller and Tom Brewitt on the back line. And even though Brewitt, only 24 years of age, well-versed within his years so far at the professional level, those two can interchange on that back three, which, Josh, as you know, being from the Pacific Northwest, a little bit different this year for the Seattle Sounders, what they're trying to do.
And the trickle-down effect in terms of formation here with Tacoma as well, playing that 3 at the back with the wing-backs. Chance here for Tacoma to look forward. Adeniran able to play this wide. Ocampo Chavez comes back centrally for Adeniran. He'll slow things down. More possession here for Tacoma. Itahara gets this out wide. Ryan driving, sending this in. Adeniran Now play this back out wide. Serrano's cross stabbed away. Markkanen trying to track this down. Mueller got a foot on it, but Orange County able to recollect. Tacoma coming out with plenty of energy here early. Headed back for Romero. He'll decide to use his feet this time. Orange County will look to play out once more. They seem to be pinned in here at the moment.
One of the great things you get about the personnel you have on the field for Orange County, Josh, is the fact that Tommy McCabe on the ball right now, as they spread that back line thin, he'll just drop in a little bit and facilitate this movement going forward a little bit more. But as he tucks, that's where they can overload the midfield. Good little pinch in by the outside, Chris Wehan, Miku Kaningas. I mentioned how they're also interchangeable because they've all played in those positions before in this season within this system. So as Tommy McCabe drops, he still gives you the depth defensively to lock down some of those balls moving up to that front line for Tacoma Defiance if it breaks down. But more importantly, you create levels to it where you can start to build from outside in. More importantly, go directly down Route 1 through the middle.
Ball played over the top, and Orange County able to get into the attack. A swing and a miss, another opportunity coming. Calvillo curls wide. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Easy Fleet GPS.
Simple enough for Orange County. This cannot be a sleeper game. Business as usual, one foot in front of the other. Take them as seriously as you did Colorado Springs last week. And for Tacoma Defiance, a little play on words, define yourself. It works two ways. Number one, without the lack of rotation, which is a good thing. You've only got one change at the left back spot. Show your vision. Make sure everything that you've worked on the training ground, not just within the system itself, but in the matchup, you can go and take full advantage of and do it early on. Put Orange County in a peculiar position. Also, mentioned all of those names coming in. One of the quotes that I got was from Gary Lewis, and I love what he said. It's so important for individual development, Josh, for these kids to succeed. It's what does he need, not what they need. They find a way to isolate the individual and how they can best perform within the system, give them the tools to do that. And if they do that for every single player, the system itself explodes and they're successful.
And it's so interesting to talk about that development phase, just doing games with FC Dallas's system and North Texas Soccer Club. It's all about developing, but there's also, you want to develop and win at the same time, and that's the philosophy you try to build. And going back to 2019, North Texas winning League One. That's great for development because one, you're getting minutes for all those players, and two, you're winning at the same time and lifting trophies. You're building that winning mindset.
It's got to be meaningful games. You can't just go through the motions. He's a tactician, does this, does that. You have to actually go out and make those games mean something. And to your testament, that is why FC Dallas, it's got knocked off the perch recently by Philadelphia Union for good reason, but that's why they're the premier development within the United States.
Yep.
Every single level they have success. Now they're just waiting for those starlets to step up and push the main team, Lucha Gonzalez, into another stratosphere.
And you're seeing Ricardo Pepi trying to do a little bit of that. He's been scoring some goals as of late. Another long ball over the top, looking for the run of Markkanen. Orange County just trying to settle in here in the opening 8 or so minutes. A couple of good chances have already come for Tacoma, but it was Eric Calvillo who might have had the best look at goal thus far. Tacoma has been two completely different teams, home and away. They have just one result on the road, and that was because of a late penalty they scored against Los Dos. We'll get to that in a minute here as Ryan coming forward, cutting in field. Able to get back onto it, keep possession here for Tacoma, but 0-4-1 on the road, being outscored by 8 goals, 3-11, and then at home, completely different side, 3-0-1, and they're outscoring opponents 7-2. So something has to give here tonight, and can they get that record back on track, especially away from home?
As mentioned, there is a big picture, or I should say bigger picture than what's going on here, Josh, but recognize this. They've given teams the business. The Phoenix Rising game going back on June 12th, that was a 1-0 game at halftime. They were playing very impressively, moving the ball around, had a couple great opportunities in the final third. Colorado Springs game as well. They were 1-0. Remember, that was 2-1, approaching the 75th minute, if I'm not mistaken. So they pushed some of the more quality teams within the Western Conference to the brink and beyond.
And even you go back to last year, they were giving Sacramento and Reno trouble.
Yep.
Night in, night out when they played all so often a year ago.
That's why I said you can't take a night off against this team. They're that good. And even if you're up 2-3-0, they keep coming for you. Here's one of those little switches I talked about. Check out Chris Wehan just tucking himself inside. Calvillo recognized the space and worked all the way back over. When you get guys who have played in so many different systems, different types of coaches, but have been able to have success at all of those positions, that's when guys like Braden Cloutier can take advantage of it. Calvillo comes to the outside. Tommy McCade drops deep. We already talked about that. Chris Wehan, remember, he was pretty much playing every single spot on the front line for New Mexico United prior to his acquisition. Kaningas, the same thing. Brian Olofsky, I mean, their rotation on the back line itself last game, the movement by Brent Richards out of midfield down onto the back line, Nathan Smith at either marking back spot. Though they have struggled with injury, to be able to keep this quality form to the tune of 4 wins and 2 draws over the last 6 games, those are the reasons why.
Here they come into the attack again. The big man, Markkanen, just wide. Great chance there for Eero Markkanen. Couldn't put the shot on frame.
This is some kind of ball played out of the back by Kobe Henry, the 17-year-old. What vision. And watch this thing just check up right in front of Eero Markkanen. Trailing run, got to be careful here. That back shoulder runner, Randy Mendoza, cannot cheat that high when you've got excellent distribution coming off the back line from Orange County.
Since 1947, Select has been a leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Ball played over the top this time for Tacoma. And calmly headed back to Abraham Romero, making his 4th start, 5th appearance. All that time with Los Dos the past couple of years, staying here in Southern California. Pretty good pickup for OC and Braden Cloutier, an experienced goalkeeper. He's behind Patrick Rakowski to start the season, but now being forced into that starting role.
You had to make a decision professionally, Josh, and figure out what career path he wanted to take. There's an order there at LA Galaxy right now that is very deep. They bring over Jonathan Bond from England. Great pedigree, not really a lot of first-team appearances at the stops that he was at, but still 100+ throughout his career. Justin Vom Steeg is one that comes to mind. Eric Lopez has his name in there. Jonathan Klinsmann. And the next thing you know, although you've repped regularly for Los Dos over the past couple of seasons, now you're looking at lesser playing time, and he's a wondrous talent.
Well, that's that tough decision you have to make. Do you stick with it, the academy you've been with for so many years, or do You look for greener pastures, and for Romero, he has, and not too far away. More pressure here at the back as Tacoma comes forward again. As you said, they just keep on coming. They don't stop. Now here comes Wehan. McCabe finding some space. All those white jerseys now dropping back. You can see it turning into that back five in defense. They try to penetrate over the top. Good first touch. And Thomas able to scoop it up.
Couple shouts here by Eero Markkinen, but there's not enough on this. Robin's racing, Josh. It's as simple as that. You got to put a body on this ball as it comes through. Lovely weight on the pass by Tommy McCabe coming through the midfield. There's that distribution that we talked about in the overlapping run by Kaningas. There's a good understanding between Olowski and Markkinen up top that they don't always have to be the guys. We addressed that when we talked about the starting lineup, and so as they pinch a little bit, they recognize there's going to be space there. They don't have to spring into it. And Josh, they can allow those runs to continue to come forward into the final third.
Seeing Ryan getting into the attack down this right side. Already plenty through this first 15 minutes. And trapped in the corner. This did go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Tacoma. Whistle blows. This will go back to Orange County. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Play that ball through the lines again. Ball on the right as it comes in and scooped up again by Thomas. Recent acquisition off of waivers from the Seattle Sounders. The tri-national Andrew Thomas out of Stanford.
I wonder how many stamps he's got in his passport, and in which one.
I don't know which one. He can spread them out.
Like Jason Bourne wandering through security. Hang on one sec. Backpack opens, just one passport, another one.
Which one do you want?
I can tell you what I want. I want the EU. All day.
You just want more of that currywurst, don't you?
That's exactly what's on my mind. I gotta get back home. Some curry ketchup on the currywurst.
There you go.
Perfection.
Henry again out of the back, playing this over the top, but nobody make the run this time around. Last time these two teams played up in Tacoma on May 16th. So Campo Chavez to score the lone goal in the game. It was Orange County that outshot Tacoma 13-5 on the night. Good pressure by Markkanen tracking back, playing this down the line. It'll spark an attack for Orange County. Kuningas coming forward, trying to just lay this one forward, and Mueller stepped in beautifully.
So we have 2 more? Yeah, 13 and 12.
And Ryan taken down, free kick Tacoma. Oh, there's your peanut gallery that's back.
It's a Sunday league call. Sign him up. He has been playing pretty narrow. Issa Ryan on this right-hand side, tucking in a lot with Ray Serrano providing most of the width. He's got tremendous pace. Saw in his time as a Philadelphia youth product, of course, opportunities with Bethlehem Steel prior to his departure to Duke University. Excellent freshman season for John Kerr Jr. Blue Devil decided to try his hand at the pro rankings as an official pro, as opposed to on an academy contract, and has now come really the exact opposite side of the United States.
Now Tacoma trying its hand at the long ball. Adeniran trying to pluck this out of the air. His touch scooped up by Romero on the other end. Good things come in 4s, right? 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 drinks, all for $49 all season long. That's right, the family 4-pack is back. There's no better deal to enjoy world-class soccer, family fun, and more. Get your 4-pack right now at orangecountysoccer.com/4-pack. That's orangecountysoccer.com/4-pack. You got that? Number 4. A little hesitation on the far side. Tacoma trying to get into the attack once more. Here comes the cross. A little bit too tall for Adeniran in the middle. And Tacoma will keep it here at the back. It's Mueller in the captain's armband tonight. And now Ryan driving infield, laying this off. Kinahara's shot is blocked. Once again, Tacoma able to keep it. Good pressure from the Defiance. Again, getting this to the end line, but this time the cross fired out of play. Good pressure from Tacoma.
This is what they do, Josh, with their energy. They just continue to pump that throttle. 100 miles an hour for as long as humanly possible within these matches for Wade Weber and Tacoma Defiance. I talked about the width a second ago, how Ray Serrano is really providing that wide as they're bumping Randy Mendoza a little bit higher up on the left-hand side. But as Serrano drops, so does Issa Ryan. That's not the main issue for me. It's him tucking inside a little bit and Orange County not trying to address it. You'll get a look here as this moves from right to left. 36 just pinching in. But then he'll drop into a flat-out right back spot. That's one of the things you get out of Issa Ryan is they never really fully understood where he was best going to be utilized in his time in Philadelphia. And same thing when he progressed to Duke. Although they primarily played him on the front line of a 3-man striking attack moving forward, they would also play him at outside back. And for his freshman season to now 2 years as a professional, still trying to find his way a little bit. And you could see that in his movements where he'll come real far inside, almost unnecessarily. And at the same point in time, and he's lucky he's got Taylor Mueller next to him, and I mean that in a good way. That's a veteran pro who can kind of help you through the progressions here as he tries to find a little bit of space to balance what's going on in that left flank.
Where do you think he's best suited?
Probably a one-on-one defender at this point in time. They've kind of got him in a gray area. He's not clinical enough in the final third to be an out-and-out winger or a striker. Give him a 6.5 or 7 out of distribution, but his speed to track players down, he's got a good IQ, so he can read the game very well, and I do think that he is a good defender. So right now, that's where I would put him.
Still very young, just 20 years old, plenty of time to develop.
Tell they're well versed within the systems. Tacoma Defiance, the spacing is top notch. This isn't a press coming from them right now. This is just enough pressure where everybody's got their marks up. You overstep in one area, you get yourself in trouble. Just look at them keeping the game in front of them. Everything shifts side to side. You feel like you can pounce and you go. Really well read by Ray Serrano there. But look, everybody else doesn't go after he pounces, right? They just sit. So Adeniran holds shape in the midfield. There's a little press coming up through the middle. Bakitahara. It's the long outlet ball that they're going to have to really keep an eye on like that, where if they can't keep the game going side to side, it's that quick vertical stretch, and then Orange County allowing themselves to play off of the distribution coming out of the back.
So that was my next question. Long balls, long diagonals are going to be the way to beat this?
Just a long ball up over the top in general right now. They don't really have the space, Orange County, to play on the ground through the middle. So you can rotate quickly around the exterior. But Tacoma Defiance is doing a really good job in terms of rotation. I just mentioned Issa Ryan on this right-hand side. He'll almost drop into an outside back spot. And so there becomes your 4, which you cut off the midfielder. And then the midfield itself is shut down because of the work by the front 3. Dink one up over the top, find a way to break the line. If you do that consistently enough, then you're forcing Tacoma to show their hand. They're going to have to change. As they back off or tweak themselves in another area, then you can start to attack other spots.
Interesting tactical battle here, 25 minutes in. Always a good night at Championship Soccer Stadium, a festive atmosphere. Tuesday night action here in the USL Championship, Pacific Division. Another chance for Tacoma to come forward. Serrano leading the break. Pass deflected out wide. It will be a throw-in. Comes quick. Inguiano. Tacoma will take their time on the ball. Touch, and it allows Orange County to get back on the ball. The misplaced pass for Markkanen. Looks like Ocampo Chavez may have made a wrong step there. He slowed down for just a moment. Played in behind. Ryan trying to use his pace. Smith fell down, and Ryan gets it back. Plays this to the end line for Serrano. Now back for Ryan. Curls this in, back post. Just headed back centrally. Tacoma will keep it again. Tacoma has a good grasp on things at the moment. Now Mueller. Plenty of patience here from Tacoma. Waiting for their moment. And here's some space opening up centrally.
Most of the action's over here towards the sun.
And now maybe a chance to break for Orange County. Oloski down the far side. Oloski curls this in. Brought down on the chest, and the shot is skied out of play. It was Weehan.
Well taken down by Chris Weehan, and here's the counter-attacking option. This is what I talk about. Oloski peels out to the right-hand side. Watch Weehan attack this space. It's a bit too hard off his chest, and then as he starts to chase it down, Josh, he's coming up on the ball. Always going to end up over the top of the bar. Really difficult to bring this down and then keep your momentum to put this on frame. Love the ideas, though, from Orange County.
That counterattack has worked a couple of times along with that long ball from Kobe Henry in central defense. It's a fun center back tandem for Orange County tonight with Henry and Orozco. Experience versus the young star. This gets played out wide for Richards, who joins the attack. Cuts inside, left-footed shot is blocked. Richards, who has contributed 4 assists this year in his first season with the club, coming over from Reno.
I know, but it's like, it was like cramping, so I couldn't relax.
Dominguez just clips this over the top. Flag coming up for offside. OCSC is proud to partner with UHSM as the exclusive naming rights partner of the Community Corner program, which donates up to 100 tickets per home match to local nonprofits serving the community. Nonprofits are invited to apply for tickets today by visiting orangecountysoccer.com/communitycorner.
Never got to play pass around soccer like this because my team wasn't the best.
They suck, yeah.
Well, they play way differently too. No, they play kickball. They strictly stayed to ASO soccer, and they wouldn't play more quickly soccer. Well, we had like 5 kids on my team.
Here's Ryan.
Trying really hard with me, but like, besides that, we had some lazy guys who just weren't doing.
Guiano felt the pressure, went down, drew the foul, free kick.
Look at that orange guy compared to the white guy. That guy is tall. Yeah.
Looking for the run of Adeniran.
Like when that white guy was the 88, I was like, Jesus.
I played against a guy like 6'8" down in Vegas. Yeah. I went like to go under his arm and I had a bet like this. Yeah. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Romero, a little bit of pressure, having to pick out a pass for Smith.
He's like a tall skinny.
He missed their first kick, penalty kick.
You gotta keep on. Spain lost?
Yeah, Italy won.
Picked off in the midfield, McCabe. Dominguez will play this backwards for Richards. Now Henry, trying to pick out that pass again. Goes over the top.
Sounds like they're saying row, row, row,
And still looking for that opening goal here tonight. Just one shot for Tacoma. They have been maybe the more dangerous of the two sides. Serrano gets the end line and wins the first corner of the match. A corner bakery corner kick. It's taken very quickly. Doesn't quite come off. Weehan. Here's Smith and now Oloski, who finds himself on this near side. Romero, pressure coming from Kitahara.
see the thing on his arm?
No.
The little stripe thing on his arm?
No. I could not see that.
On his right arm.
Oh, no, I see it. I thought it was a tattoo.
He's probably the captain, no, 74. He's the only one I noticed that had like little stripes up on his shoulder.
Adeniran trying to play post up.
Let's see if we can find the orange captain.
Now he's tracking back. Chance for Orange County to maybe look upfield, and Weehan. Ryan putting plenty of pressure on, and it pays off for just a moment. Weehan does well to win it back for Orange County. I'm curious here, we're just getting into July. We're starting to maybe figure out who are the contenders, who are the pretenders.
Starting to maybe. Keep going, I'm with you.
How do you see this Pacific Division shaping out? Do you feel like the 4 teams in the top 4 right now are the 4 teams we'll see at the end? Likes of Sacramento have some work to do.
Some is being polite. Phoenix, yes. San Diego, yes. Everybody else? No, just kidding. I think Orange County will be there. Yeah, it's the 4th spot for me is probably going to be the wild card. If I had to pick one right now, I would probably still lean towards Los Dos out of what we saw from them last year. A little bit different though, not as many similar opponents. Still similar opponents, but you're not playing the same teams over and over and over again. Would say that the most upside is probably Sacramento Republic. At this point in time, that's not saying that much. They can't score goals.
Yeah.
That's their issue right now. Although, you could make the same argument for San Diego Loyal. Good composition, nice low-knee players, defensively sound, midfield's quality, boys up top. Can't stick the ball in the back of the net. What does it matter?
Miguel Berry back to Columbus.
Back to Columbus, and look at them on the weekend. They played great. I've said this a couple of times. We talked about it on US All Access tonight. Sirius XM, channel 157, 7 p.m. every Tuesday. Shameless plug.
There you go. No, plug away.
We got it. It's on the read anyway. So, Josh, you can build 75, 80% up the field. It's the final 20 to 25 yards or percentage is all that matters, honestly. So look for Sacramento Republic. Their coach will tell you they weren't great defensively. They were good. I will give them credit. They were good. But they were exposed a lot. Poor decision making and lack of clinical ability to put the ball in the back of the net is what plagues San Diego. So you go on the road, you don't necessarily get your greatest performance, you still get a point out of it. A point on the road against San Diego right now is a fantastic point, right? And so there's a lot of teams around the league. I did love the fact, by the way.
Adeniran trying to curl top corner. That wasn't too far away. Good opportunity for the big man up front.
Did love the fact that Braden Cloutier said that he has not looked at the standings yet. He's going to wait. He said that he would wait till 10 games in. Well, this is 10 games right now. Lucky number 10 tonight. 6 of which are unbeaten in a row, 4 wins and 2 draws. It's not going to remain that way if you continue to expose yourself with the speed of Adeniran up top. Physical presence he is. Now if they can just get, as that long ball comes through, Josh, where's the second run coming from? If you could stretch the back line, that's great. But now you're looking for someone like Ocampo Chavez or Ray Serrano to tuck up underneath. When they build on the ground, the setup is perfect. But as they stretch it, notice it's isolated incidents going forward. One-offs.
Right now, I'd be lazy. This is my lazy back line. The ball over my hand.
The thing that goes in Orange County's favor right now, just looking at the standings, their goal difference is +6. San Diego, who has played 2 more games, is level on points, -2 goal difference, and of course very early on, but those small details add up as the season goes on.
Almost behind those 2.
I know, so close.
It's not good. We're going to have a full half.
Sorry.
Play down the line. Throw in given the way of Tacoma. Fans follow Orange County and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Join the more than 12 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
The ball they're using is a ball. It's really flat. It's one of my favorite balls. It's super soft. And they have such a good shot. For the select balls.
Sounds really flat.
Like the other red one we have at home?
Yeah,
that
when
one.
you kick it?
Yeah. No, it's 'cause they're really soft.
But they don't sound soft.
Mueller looking for that long ball again. Ryan brings this down to the end line.
Oh, that was good.
Looking for Adeniran in the middle. Good defensive coverage there from Orange County.
Much better in build, though, Josh. Notice you had multiple options as you brought this thing out by Issa Ryan.
Nice, nice.
There's Olowski slithering through. Still Olowski trying to just touch this out wide. He was fouled. The referee will bring this back. It'll be a yellow card as well.
What you have to recognize here for Orange County and where the foul occurs, check the rotation to the inside. Chris Weehan, little peel off the right shoulder, plays the initial ball, and then Olowski starts to step back into that space. It's the initial foul that gets them into trouble for Angliano on the interior. And this is danger territory. A lot of boys standing over these set-piece opportunities for Orange County that are great dead ball strikers. Chris Weehan's one of them. The left foot of Kaningas as well. Andy Thomas set this wall up perfectly. Those big bodies from Orange County. You do wonder if they've got anything in terms of trickery. There's a lot of space to the side, but I'm going direct here.
It will be Weehan. Not able to test Thomas in goal. Knows he missed an opportunity there.
He said way too high.
For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USL W League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in both soccer on and off the field. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the U.S. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more.
No, I'll wait. No, it's not bad though. It's not bad though.
Yeah, you have to wait until everybody goes to half.
Another cross lifted in. Richards to throw this back in.
Josh, you trying to show off your DJ skills?
No, I thought you were the DJ.
The PA is out of control right now. We got to have a word.
I gave you the aux cord.
That's the last thing anybody wants on this broadcast, I can promise you that.
Richards, the long throw in. Thomas does well to come out and grab this. Now he'll try to go quickly back the other way. Here's Serrano. Overlap coming from Ryan. And he'll get it. Sliding challenge will put this out for a goal kick. Took another deflection on the way out.
Yeah, it went off him, but that was a really nice pass. That defender, though, spread it up. Always got to stay in the play.
Not a whole lot in this first half. As we talked about earlier, it's an interesting tactical battle the way Tacoma sets up. It's given Orange County a few fits, but they still have had a few opportunities. And Aaron has had a couple of chances in the 18-yard box as well. No goals to show for it through this 45 minutes. Calvillo. Henry. Markkinen's in the middle. He'll get it on the turn. Now Weehan keeps it moving. Good ball movement. Smith lays this across. It's headed away. Calvillo playing this in towards the corner. Richards. Campos Chavez will take this for Tacoma. We get into stoppage time, whatever stoppage time there may be. There will be none. That is the end of the first half. No goals to show for through 45 minutes from Irvine.
Just lacking a bit of imagination, Josh, as we progress the game forward, right? Good build out of the back for both teams. Orange County has had to sit a little bit deeper as they build and go more direct. Embrace that. Take advantage of it. They didn't do it that many times in the first half. When they did, you saw a little success. Would expect Braden Cloutier to try and find a way to connect the dots through the interior and challenge the shape that is the Tacoma Defiance on the road for Wade Weber.
So we'll see what comes during this 15-minute intermission. What will change come the second half? Looking for some goals tonight in Irvine on this beautiful Sunday night. Stay tuned for halftime. It's brought to you by Keto Candy Girl from Irvine. It's Orange County 0, Tacoma 0 at halftime.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on your view. Watch Orange County SC take on Rio Grande Valley FC Saturday, July 17th at 5. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with the new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus Rio Grande Valley, Saturday, July 17th at 5 on your view.
Halftime here from Championship Soccer Stadium. Halftime is presented by Keto Candy Girl, the one-stop keto shop in Tustin and Anaheim. Let's see what Devin Kerr has served up on this week's edition of The Dish.
Uno a uno, also known as 1v1, also known as foreshadowing for a score to come, not to be confused with a table for two, but it is The Dish, Week 11. That's Canardo Forbes, that's Albert Diqua, there goes Anthony Velarde, and there goes 3 points for the Charlotte Independents. We're going to give it to the Pittsburgh Greyhounds. 4-1-1 in their last 6. Charlotte, losers of 3 out of 4. But let's talk about San Diego Loyal and Sacramento Republic. Prime time, baby. Divine for San Diego Loyal. Watch the build-up. Jack Blake slides over. bend and snaps Miguel Ibarra into the final third. Miguel Ibarra is going to put this on a platter for Corey Hertzog. His second goal of the season, first assist for Miguel Ibarra. One has to think that there's going to be more from the former MLS great. But see, if you don't put goals into the back of the net, you can't get points. Mitchell Tainer will get points, though. That's his first of the season. Carlton Belmar's first of the season. See, the one, it all makes sense now. Sacramento Republic have not won a game since May 12th, but that point right there could turn their season around. Let's talk about Colorado Springs and Real Monarchs and a bad man by the name of Haji Berry. And he's going to score the opening goal. Just kidding. That's DeShane Beckford on the Strauss. That's a shot and a cross because you don't know what that is being thrown in. But this has Haji Berry. This is the 22nd minute. And guess who? Beckford once again. This time he's supplying it. Haji Berry, 11th goal of the season. We'll talk about that more in a second. Andrew Briggs, nobody told them that they were supposed to fade quietly into the night, and that's not what's going to happen. A little fight back in for Hamas and Alave's boys. They get it to 2-1 just 6 minutes later. Love the ball in by Noah Powder. Great distribution by Douglas Martinez. But then there's those bad men again. Edwards, Sebastian Anderson, little flick. Back of the net, 3-1 Colorado Springs. All right. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores around the league. Western Conference wonders. Colorado Springs back in the win after the loss to Orange County. How about everybody else? San Antonio. Everybody's going to look at that and think it's bad. It is bad. They're struggling. Death by 1,000 draws, also known as 7 injuries to the starting 11. You can count it. Colorado Springs, we talked about the recovery. El Paso Locomotive over New Mexico United. 3 losses in a row. LAFC 2, also known as Las Vegas Lights, also known as the Fighting Steve Cherundalos. Good victory over 1-0 Tacoma Defiance.
Hey everyone, this is Oscar Jimenez from Louisville City FC.
Hi, my name is Carl Howarth. I currently play for the Indy 11.
What's up everybody? It's Connor Sparrow with the Miami SC.
Josué Soto checking in here. Austin Bold FC.
Hello guys, this is Luis Herrera from El Paso Locomotive. Just wanted to share with you guys my favorite soccer moment, and that will be the day I made my professional debut for El Paso, which is my hometown.
Anderson swings it in. Barry making the run, gets a deflection. He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. And the save from Cardoni. It's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in. Brilliant.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on Your View. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on Your View.
It's time to get outside and experience the new family game night with Orange County Soccer Club right around the corner at the Great Park in Irvine. World-class pro soccer is back as we battle against the USL's best, like Landon Donovan, San Diego Loyal, Phoenix Rising, and the LA Galaxy. Make memories all season long with our Dollar Beer and Cheap Eats series, firework nights, beer fests, and more. Parking is always free, but the memories are priceless. Get tickets now at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets.
The Olympic Games, where the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on earth. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo every Tuesday on Your View. You'll get the latest news on preparations for the games, details about the sports involved, and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Don't miss Countdown to Tokyo, Tuesdays on Your View.
Halftime is presented by Keto Candy Girl here at the half between Orange County and Tacoma Defiance. Busy times in the USL Championship. Some news and notes from around the league. Old is new again. Charlotte Independence tomorrow night against Red Bull 2, moving into American Legion Memorial Stadium. Of course, the USL Championship on ESPN coming up on July 17th. It'll be Colorado Springs and San Antonio. And the Clear Audio Team of the Week is led by Dylan Mayers, who is the Player of the Week. Plenty of good performances on this list.
What a legend. I got more than that. Don't worry. He's got the brace. Dylan Maris for El Paso Locomotive. Even though Seba is back, everything was about the comeback for El Paso Locomotive and Dylan Maris. Kyle Gregg, by the way, great interview today on United States of Soccer. Go check it out. Talked about his journey, how he almost called it quits this year. Instead, ends up on Team of the Week for his performances, and Brian Ownby's a man on fire. Back-to-back appearances for the Louisville boy.
And Brent Richards on the list as well for Orange County. Now, goals of the week. Which one is the best, Devin Kerr?
Let's talk. We're going to go back and forth. Josh, Noah Powder.
You can't catch that any cleaner.
That's just silly. Even kisses it off the post. Rude. Let's fast forward to the next one. I like that vote for Noah Powder, though. Is that your number one right now? It should be, because it's the only one we've seen.
Yeah.
Teddy. Cuda Pietro.
Woo!
Oh, this has got more venom on it, doesn't it?
It does, but I got to shout the goalkeeper. What was he doing? He was just watching it go in.
A little confused. But Santi, the Bullman. Ole, Santi Moar. Finally ends the goal-scoring drought, by the way.
Little chippity-doo-dah from Santi Moar, huh?
Oh, the doo-dah day. That's not bad.
And Brian Ownby.
This is good. It's just not great. I think it's a good stop and a hit, but it doesn't compare to the other three.
Ooh.
Josh, pick one quick.
That's top corner. I'm going Noah Powder.
You're going Noah Powder?
Noah Powder.
I'm going Noah Powder, too.
But what about Miguel Ibarra?
I'm going Noah Powder.
We didn't even see Miguel Ibarra's, and we already chose Noah Powder.
My son's a year. He could have hit that in the back of the net.
So those were good goals. We'll see if we get more good goals this week. A look at the league schedule presented by Destination Irvine. I know you're excited for Miami-Tampa tomorrow.
Can't wait. Speaking with both the managers, have a real clear-cut idea of how this is going to look moving forward. Recognize this for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, by the way. They've only lost 2 games on the season. They've got a 4-point lead in the Atlantic, 2 games in hand on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and they've lost 6 players that could have easily made their way to the starting 11. Austin is also an interesting one for me because of the results they've gotten. They're not going to HEB Park where dreams go to die. They're coming to Austin. Marcelo Serrano, that team has actually scored some quality results. Remember, they just took down San Antonio.
That Mountain Division is mighty interesting.
It's a nightmare.
The Pacific Division is interesting, too. We'll see if we can get some clarity in this second half. It's coming up next.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on your view. Watch Orange County SC take on Rio Grande Valley FC Saturday, July 17th at 5. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with the new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus Rio Grande Valley, Saturday, July 17th at 5 on your view.
Halftime highlights are presented by Dayton LLC. No goals to show for in the first 45 minutes, but look at this pass from Kobe Henry.
Check out my 17-year-old youth national team product. Made his way from Orlando City to Inter Miami all the way to the West Coast. California dreaming on this ball played through to Eero Markkanen. Pushed it just wide of the post. They go again. Everything was in transition for Orange County in the first half. Brian Olowski gets out of the pocket, drifts out to the outside. Watch the trailing run all the way to the backside by Chris Weehan. A little bit too far in terms of proximity off the chest here. Pushes up over the top of the bar.
So not too many chances in this first 45 minutes, but still they would keep on coming. 38th minute. This time a lofted ball the other way for Adeniran.
Head on a swivel for this back line with Villanueva, Taylor Mueller. Also, you can throw Eric Kisner into the mix, who's on the bench tonight. The center backs like to distribute moving forward. They're great at finding those 20, 30-yard balls to pick out the front three. And the support coming up through the middle. That's what everybody's chasing right now. Orange County on their 10th match tonight could draw, in theory. Of course, goal differential would push them up to number 2. Los Dos Think about how many more games they've played than everybody else alongside San Diego Loyal, Josh.
Oh, and then Oakland at the bottom's only played 6.
Yeah, they've had, well, they started late.
Yeah, they had
the field
stadium.
issue.
Yep.
You know, they are changing stadiums, though, so they're going to get some games in here. Sacramento Republic and Oakland will do battle, and Steve Cherundolo has started to turn the corner with Las Vegas Lights. Said the entire time that was just going to take some time as the vision for that club and what it looks like under the direction of LAFC. The relationships they now have. Bob Bradley sending a lot of players up and down. Danny Mazovsky getting involved in the scoring recently. Former Reno frontman for Ian Russell in 1868. Trying to make his way back into the team sheet for LAFC. But until then, he'll hang out in Sin City, have a little fun.
So we are set to go for the second half. Teams are ready to go with Devin Kerr. I'm Josh Eastern. Teams will switch ends. The lights starting to take effect here in this second 45 minutes. Waiting on the whistle of tonight's referee, Chris Ruska. See what changes come this second 45 minutes. Will there be a goal? Will there be a winner? 45 minutes to find out. Good pressure there from Kuningas. Calvillo leading the break. They have held on to that just a bit too long, but Kuningas does pick it up. Now Richards. Which manager do you think was happier at halftime?
Tacoma Defiance. They provided themselves more overall opportunities. You would have to say the clear-cut ones definitely came via Orange County. Braden Cloutier's not going to be upset, though. Maybe lack of decision-making in certain areas. He would probably like his midfield on the ball a bit more than what you saw in the first half, and there's that spreading out that I talk about where Tommy McCabe comes really deep. Love the distribution coming from the likes of Orozco and Kobe Henry off the back line.
Serrano brought down by Smith. The referee will give the throw in Tacoma's way. Smith tried to run away with that.
I'm fine with that.
Kitahara, Mendoza. Mendoza looking in to the 18-yard box, bounces this in, cleared away. Mendoza will get another chance. Just 5 shots in that first half for Orange County, just 2 for Tacoma. Possession did favor Orange County, 55% of it. Little push in the back as Ryan went down. A free kick given Tacoma's way. They'll go with it quick. Remember Orange County coming in on that 6-game unbeaten streak. Trying to match the streak they put together in 2019 where they went 7 unbeaten, 2 wins and 5 draws. Flip from behind, Serrano draws the foul. Will be a free kick Orange County's way. And remember, Ronaldo Damas not available tonight. He is on international duty with Haiti. Actually played 36 minutes tonight in the 4-1 win for Haiti against Bermuda. And Haiti will now be in the group stage, so he'll be gone a little bit longer. And Haiti's actually taking on the United States in the first matchup of the Gold Cup coming up. Markkanen able to get there in front of Thomas. Heavy challenge coming in, but one back in a good area. Kuningas slips this through. Weehands cross back into the middle. Richards crashing in. That shot nowhere near goal.
It's almost impossible here for Brent Richards to get this back across his body because he always wants it on the right foot. Fantastic overlapping run. Little press coming right back through the middle. It's a foul. They don't call it. Tommy McCabe gets himself in trouble a little bit. Referee doesn't see it though, and right there, the right foot coming back across. There's enough pressure just at the tail end of it to push it away. Trying to redirect this on frame, almost a near impossible task.
And back the other way, Ryan showing that skill on the ball. Still Issa Ryan gets this infield. Serrano just wide. All started by Ryan down that right side, but Serrano could not provide the finish.
Beautiful explosion of speed by Issa Ryan down on the right-hand side. Then how about the technical display as well? That's a quality outside back, and Nathan Smith getting turned around. Tries to make amends on the little pressure coming at the tail end of it. Might have just saved this ball, ending up in the back of the net. Ray Serrano could not pick out that far corner. But how about the step by Issa Ryan on that right-hand flank?
Showing some of those attacking capabilities. A couple of good chances for both sides in the opening few minutes of this second 45. Henry, the long diagonal again. This time it's intercepted. The referee will blow this dead. This will be a yellow card to Nathan Smith.
It should be no surprise that Issa Ryan on that right-hand side is causing some issues right now. That's your ACC Rookie of the Year back in 2018. Mentioned how good he was. 6 goals, 3 assists, and 20 appearances. Coming out of the Philadelphia Union Academy. Youth national team player with the 16s and 17s. He could just flat out fly.
He's no doubt made a difference down that right side tonight for Tacoma. Play down the middle. Here's Tacoma. Markkanen finds himself in a wide position. Now clips this centrally. Kuningas on the volley. Bouncing this wide.
Better ideas here. Watch the passage of play. There's your hold-up target man. Drifting all the way to the outside. Unselfish. A lot of times you're trying to play off of him, but how about the distribution skills as well? Big ass drifting from your right off the left foot across the body. Doesn't really have any support in the middle though, so you don't mind the effort.
Went to just kick it, I would have dove and tried to just spike it right there. Just knowing my left foot, it would have gone to the other side of the court.
I gotta meet these people face to face.
Stephen Kerr's Traveling Peanut Gallery.
The best thing that I've heard so far, they were talking about the sound of the ball in the first half. Now, I will say this. the PSI on the inside is always going to dictate how it sounds and what the feeling is like. But one of my most vivid memories as a professional was my first time overseas when I signed my contract and I was playing in Germany. It was actually when I was a trialist.
So Ryan sends this in looking for Adeniran. Roscoe comes away with it.
I go over, I roll into warm-ups. You know, the manager's there, we're talking about everything, tells me where I'm gonna play, how this is gonna go on, and they bust out the balls for warm-ups. It was like kicking concrete, and it happened to be a select ball. It was, the pain was almost unbearable. As I progressed through the match, I could barely feel the top of my foot, the ball was so hard. So I thought it was quite interesting that they were talking about how the balls select in general are so soft. Now you could take a look.
Sir, I can tell you they are not always.
They are not, my friend, trust me. And it took me probably the better portion of a month to really get acclimated to how hard they had the balls pumped there. And even when I came back home after all my surgeries and I retired, I tried Select compared to Nike and Adidas. It's just a harder ball. When you pump it that high with pressure, this thing was, it was like kicking rocks. It was insane.
Gotta watch out for Devin Curran Deflategate.
Well, okay, I'll make it a good analogy. You're a big golfer.
Yep.
It's like playing blades and catching it perfect.
Yeah.
There is no sweeter sound or feeling in the entire world. If it's off center and you miss, it reverberates throughout the entire shaft and kills your hands. That's what it felt like.
Here comes the cross from the left side. Behind everybody, but a missed touch. We'll put this out for a corner kick. And for Orange County, that is corner kick number 1 of the night. It's a corner bakery corner kick. Lehan will get this one short. Back for Orlowski, curling back post. Tacoma does well to defend, but Orozco trying to keep this in.
I like the ingenuity of this. Chris Wehan recognizes the space. He doesn't force it. Notice he doesn't step on it and turn. I don't mind that either. I would like to see if they've got another trick in the bag, but couple back post runs there, namely Kobe Henry. For your first corner of the day, interesting they don't go direct, and I don't mind it at all.
The offside flag coming up. Tune in to ESPN2 Saturday, July 17th as the USL on ESPN continues with a Mountain Division clash. Colorado Springs Switchbacks in the new Widener Field step into the national spotlight, welcoming San Antonio FC for a 2 p.m. Eastern matinee. Don't miss a second. Saturday, July 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Talk about that Mountain Division. What a fight that is going to be all season long.
I don't envy those teams.
I mean, San Antonio, we thought they'd be flying, especially after last year. They're in 6th place.
They're missing a lot of players.
They are.
They are missing and a lot of influential players that aren't squad, you know, regular starters. They've also had suspensions, never helps.
RGV, the class of the Mountain Division so far. Wilmer Cabrera coming in and doing wonders.
That's another division right now, though. If you had to pick, you're pretty much fighting for 4th, agreed? Right now?
Yeah.
Based upon form.
To the end line, keeping this in place, skirting that end line. Smith, Calvillo, just wide. Good build-up down that left side. And nearly the opener for OC.
This is why they go get him. Eric Calvillo, Braden Cloutier high and mighty on his midfielder. Good little pinch by Brian Orlowski, and then just watch him fight through this wave of white shirts. Glory picked out in the bottom corner for the left foot of Eric Calvillo. Really unfortunate, strikes it pretty clean. Hard to believe, still only 22 years of age considering how long he's been on the scene.
Some time with Reno while on loan from San Jose. Here comes another shot, and Thomas forced into another save. Heavy challenge. This will be a free kick. Seems like a couple of subs coming for either side here in the next few minutes. Will actually come right now. It'll be Alec Diaz to come on, replacing Sam Adeniran. Those subs brought to you by MedEquip. The first sub of the night for either side comes for Tacoma, Alec Diaz. 2 goals on the season. 9th appearance here in 2021 as we reach the hour mark from Championship Soccer Stadium. He has some fresh legs. Another sub coming, this one for Orange County. It'll be Kevin Alston. It'll be Nathan Smith coming off, presented by MedEquip. Smith just picking up that yellow card a few minutes ago. Might be a reasoning for that. Alston still getting back to full fitness. He makes his 6th appearance of the season.
Yeah, more stuff left.
Orozco. Here's Henry. Once again, looking for that switch of play. Calvillo. This one sent forward. Kuningas on the volley. Weehan puts this out of play. New OCSC merchandise has been released and is available in stadium and online at OCSCshop.com. Be sure to update your wardrobe for the 2021 season with all new jerseys, t-shirts, hats, scarves, and sweatshirts. Check out the all-new arrivals at OCSCshop.com today. Kuningas. Lasky, good strength to win that back. Clips this in, and it's blocked. Mueller got in the way. Markkanen was on the doorstep.
Markkanen has to wait for this thing to take it out of air and goes for the spectacular volley. Because of the height on the ball, or lack thereof, I don't think he would be able to get this with his head. Nope, too low, well taken. It's just a great recovery on the back line by Taylor Mueller. Only so much you can do there if you're Orange County. Excellent defensive effort.
That's too low for a man of his size.
To be honest, just the way that it drops as well, Josh. it's really difficult to attack that, even if you're 5'6", 5'7". I mean, I'm with you, but if you're Eric Calvillo, obviously you've got a better opportunity, but you still have to account for the presence that is Taylor Mueller. I'm not sure I'm willing to stick my head onto his boot.
Alston sends this airborne. Kuningas goes down, felt a bit of contact, and stays down for the moment.
He got hit in the back.
Markkanen thought he got that clean. Villanueva went down. Free kick Tacoma. He is not pleased about that decision. He's given a yellow card. A yellow card presented by Easy Fleet GPS. Many more attacking opportunities coming in this second half thus far. Will there be a breakthrough? Richards pulled back. Play continuing, and the giveaway. Campo Chavez. Should mention with Diaz coming on, as you touched on in the open, another one of those international players. This time with Puerto Rico. Dave Sarakin, who's now heading up that national team.
Pretty interesting that they've been bringing him off the bench, though, right?
Yeah,
recently.
We talked about that before the game.
It's a wondrous talent that so many times in the 2020 campaign and previously that he was able to really assert himself in the starting position, slicing his way through the back lines, goals left and right. More so of a distributor, though, playing off of him in that 9 spot up top.
There's some pressure. Romero just has to put this out. Diaz did score 6 goals last year in 13 appearances. Of those 13 appearances, started 9. It's clipped in. Diaz battling for it. Ryan, options in the middle. Trying to put this centrally. Orozco just got a foot to it. Another throw in coming for Tacoma.
Little limp there. Anguiano.
He's gone down a few times tonight. Serrano turning, just poked away from behind. Now Roscoe looking upfield.
Yeah, approaching the 20-minute mark here, Josh, and I mentioned the keys to the game coming in. I said for the Tacoma Defiance, they needed to define themselves, and what did I mean by that? And what was the game plan going to be? Defensively, had to have the proper disposition that they were going to chase a little bit here because of the way that Orange County liked to build. They want to be on the ball as much as possible. They had to make sure that this was going more side to side as opposed to being able to stretch vertically. Every time that man right there has stepped up over the ball, though, Kobe Henry has found a way to stretch this game, upping the level of difficulty defensively for Tacoma Defiance. The spacing is off. They start to move in transition. They struggle with it.
Cross comes in, immediately headed away. Throw in coming for OC.
The good news is the schematics for the preparation for this game. They recognize exactly where those focal points were going to be. Able to thwart them off so far, but still work to be done.
As Raymond Dre checks in for Brian Olaski. Med-equip substitution. Minutes to go. This bouncing around. Dre, the 17-year-old, earning his third appearance on the season. And now a sub coming for Tacoma Defiance. Azriel Gonzalez comes on, replacing Ray Serrano. Another med-equip substitution. Gonzalez, his 6th appearance in his 3rd season with Tacoma. He's been in this Sounders Academy since 2014. Time to get outside and experience the new family game night right around the corner at the Great Park in Irvine. Make memories all season long with the Raw firework nights, beer fest, family game nights, and our dollar beer and cheap eats series. Parking is always free, and so are the memories. OrangeCountySoccer.com/tickets. Another throw-in coming for Villanueva and Tacoma Defiance. Trying to earn a result on the road. They only have 1 point in 5 games away from Cheney Stadium. And another substitution coming here for Orange County. It'll be Francis Jacobs replacing Tommy McCabe. A season debut for the youngster who made his pro debut in the 2020 season. Med-equip substitution. It's an interesting sub, actually, because that's the 3rd substitution window. Only 3 subs used tonight. And that is it for Orange County for the final 17+ minutes.
He's just trying to find a way to bring fresh legs on. He's got to bring new horses on. Feels like this group isn't rambunctious enough down the stretch. Offensively, they've got to start to stretch this game, Josh. Find a way to push the tempo against Tacoma Defiance, because everything right now is exactly what we saw in the opening 15 or 20 minutes. Give a different look, challenge in a different area. Otherwise, you're walking out here with a point.
Plenty of youth out there now for Orange County. Likes of Dre, Jacobs, Kobe Henry. All still in their mid-teens. Henry plays this forward. Markkanen brings it down. His distribution is off the mark.
See what you did there. That's your dad
I
joke.
didn't even mean it.
That's your dad joke.
Oh my goodness, I said it and I didn't even mean it.
You are wise beyond your years, young man.
Oh boy.
Mom and dad at home proud right now.
That's literally a no pun intended.
Gotta take credit for that kind of stuff.
Markkanen over the top is headed back calmly for Thomas.
Taylor Mueller, that's class right there. That's years under the tutelage of Van Houser at the Charleston Battery, recognizing that you're going to have a little step from the goalkeeper. I will say from an organizational standpoint, Andy Thomas, you can see the lineage that is Jeremy Gunn, the head coach of Stanford, and how good they are keeping everything so structurally sound in front of them.
Into the corner and then out of play. We enter the final quarter of an hour. Dayton LLC is the exclusive naming rights partner of the Dayton Deck, a private premium hospitality area featuring 20-person club cabanas for your closest family and friends at Championship Soccer Stadium. Dayton Deck availability is limited, so be sure to visit orangecountysoccer.com/Dayton Deck to book your experience today. Good view of the action. Tacoma player down on the far side. Chance for both sides to talk things over. Here's a look at Wade Weber, his first season with Tacoma Defiance as head coach, taking over for Chris Little. Went over to the Colorado Rapids, joining Robin Frazier's staff. Man they call El Profe. High school teacher in his day as well.
Had the opportunity to speak to their academy director, Gary Lewis, and talked about this on the MLS Next coverage. The collaboration between everybody within this organization. You know, I said the structure that you were going to get out of Garth Lagerwey, Brian Schmetzer, working your way down. Another change will be made. Robles, Lisa Ryan's day will be done. And how amazingly connected they all were, Josh. I mean, truly. The ability to go from first team into the training session, into the mind of someone else. Henry Bronner is the man who I'm referencing now. He basically provides the gap between everybody, but the academy, Tacoma Defiance, and first team, and you just go from one to the other because it's simple to think, okay, here's the need, let's go get it. But that goes back to my original point of they're trying to make sure that it's what's best for the individual in order to succeed within themselves that will help the system progress, right? And so you get guys like Gary Lewis, Wade Weber, Brian Schmetzer, Garth Lagerwey, Henry Bronner, all on the same page, everybody attending first team practices, but with the understanding that there's gonna be some ups and downs for these players. How do you manage all that? That's not an easy thing to do. And yet for quite some time now, this academy has continuously taken steps into and onto the next level because it's not just domestic, right? We talked about all the internationals. 18 out of 31 have come up through the academy, either into Tacoma Defiance or the Seattle Sounders, 15 of which are represented at either the youth or senior national level. That's top quality work right there.
You can't get sick at all during this time.
And I will say, from growing up in the Pacific Northwest, a great youth soccer kind of community, the likes of Crossfire and Jordan Morris's club, Eastside FC. All feeding into this Sounders Academy, which Sounders, of course, have taken Seattle and MLS by storm. In the decade plus they have been around.
Is there a goal in this game for you? It's hard to say yes, isn't it?
It is.
It's very.
I want to say yes, but
it's a catastrophic mistake if yes for me. It's a terribly timed turnover playing out of the back. Someone steps in it. We've already seen a couple tonight that neither team has been able to pounce on, right?
Yep.
But for me, it's that errant ball coming off the back line that's gifted to someone like Chris Weehan, who's going to go challenge 1v1.
Well, to be fair, there have been a lot of long balls over the top, and I'd like a guy like Markkanen going up for one.
Yeah.
Although Mueller has played solid in the back line along with Brewitt tonight.
It's just as easily Ocampo Chavez or Alec Diaz, right? Sliding right through. Throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
Okay.
I'm just naming names.
Okay.
I'm saying people who have progressed into the final third as you give me the cutoff sign.
Just want to make sure you knew we got subbed off.
I'm very well aware of what's going on. I'm just giving specifics. I would have said the same thing about Brian Olowski. You know, he had a couple chances too, just couldn't make the right decision.
Robles trying to go quick on the throw-in. Villanueva was making the run upfield. There's a giveaway in the midfield. Orozco. Weehan. It's behind Markkanen. There's the giveaway. Henry just knocks this out of play. Final 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time. There's Robles. Trying to lay this off. Diaz keeps it moving. Diaz wants it back. He gets it back. And it's knocked away. It's too long to make that decision on the far side from Tacoma. Towards goal, and Romero just has to pad this up over the bar. Nervy moment there at the back. Romero a bit shaken up as he gets back to his feet. Corner kick Tacoma.
Robles not too bad. Watch him try and pick the pocket of Abraham Romero. It's got the right distance. Speed lacking a tiny bit, but the goalkeeper still got work to do here. Would it have tucked itself home? Not necessarily sure. Better safe than sorry for Abraham Romero.
Here comes the corner kick, back post, headed down. Wrong side of the post.
Oh, some kind of strike from distance, huh, Josh?
Bouncing up. A loop on it. Nearly. Of Tacoma's 10 goals this year, 4 of them have been in the last 15 minutes.
I thought that went into the stadium.
Brewitt. coming up on the far side. This will be a throw into Tacoma. Kuningas heads this back. Couldn't get it wide enough. Robles, a tough spot on the near side. Now Calvillo, 5 minutes to go. Calvillo picks his head up. This runs all the way through. Thomas will collect and take his time for Tacoma.
A heck of a throw from Andy Thomas.
Challenge coming from behind. This will be a yellow card to Chris Wehan.
And this is some kind of ball heaved halfway across the field by Andy Thomas. Well done. There's some of that quick distribution that you will see every now and then out of Jeremy Gunn's teams at Stanford. Made reference to it before.
Kuningas leads the break. That pass not on the mark. Chance for Tacoma to come forward. Diaz playing chase. Robles. He's taken off the ball. Pull of the jersey. The yellow card to Alec Diaz.
We'll play quick here if you're Orange County. Quit allowing this team to set. Notice every single time in this second half, they've gotten a restart. They're very slow to get this game back going. Pick up the tempo here a little bit. Less than 5 minutes to go, fresh legs on the field.
Both teams with weekend fixtures to prepare for after this 90 minutes. OC will be headed up to Northern California, take on Sac Republic. Well, Tacoma will be right down here in Southern California to take on Los Dos on Sunday. Played some fun matches thus far, Los Dos and Tacoma. Already the third time those two teams will meet. Richards sends this in. Trying to keep this in. Richards will have a go, and it's scooped up by Thomas. Through a bit of traffic, was able to make the save.
Certainly not as easy as he made it look here, Andy Thomas. Well done by Brent Richards. Remember, last time out, actually stepped up into the midfield. First time since playing for Jamie Franks at the University of Washington. Did very well in that matchup against Colorado Springs. He feels comfortable as an environment. It's not as simple as just stepping outside of the everyday venture that is right back for Brent Richards.
Long ball over the top. It's brought down. Kuningas lays it back. Markkanen shoots, it's blocked. Quickly back the other way. Diaz is brought down. Free kick to Tacoma.
Josh, can we talk about these balls off the back line by Kobe Henry? Astronauts in outer space couldn't have plucked this thing down more appropriately than Kuningas running through that back line. Markkanen can't get his collected thoughts going, but how well done by Orange County. Kobe Henry, some kind of vision from the 17-year-old in distribution.
Getting to 3 minutes of stoppage time. Yellow card was given to Eric Calvillo. Easy Fleet GPS yellow card. Gonzalez stands over this. Can he steal something for Tacoma? No.
I understand getting it over the wall, but no, that was terrible.
It's played over the top. Maybe one more chance. Dre goes down. Calvillo. And Thomas will collect at the end line. Final minute of action as Thomas sends this downfield.
When he points the flag to this,
so if he points the flag towards this goal, it's the white goal. And if he points the flag towards this goal, but if it's switch sides, it's the other option.
Challenge coming in on the far side. This will be a yellow card. Israel Gonzalez, an Easy Fleet GPS yellow card. One more chance to send a ball forward. The final seconds tick away. And this a foul before anything got started. Once this ball gets put in play, Chris Rusko will blow this dead.
You're not wrong.
Thomas sends this deep downfield as we still play on. And that's it and that's all. We finish where we started. Tacoma and Orange County, no goals between them. A 0-0 draw. Just the second road point taken in 7 games now on the road for Tacoma, and the man of the match is Kobe Henry, presented by the Dog Park Brewing Company. Talked about his long balls over the top. He was a bright spot.
He was brilliant, 86% passing accuracy, but I love the fact that 72 of that percent came in the final third. Great vision, balls up over the top, and they weren't hit with a wink and a prayer. There was actual understanding that he could connect with these guys running forward. No goals to show for it, but a amazing talent on the back line in Kobe Henry, just 17 years of age.
And a couple of clean sheets as well for both goalkeepers. So it finishes here from Irvine. Orange County nil, Tacoma nil. We'll come back and wrap things up right after this.
Apparently, it sparked a lot of talk on social media. I like the short pant look thing. I think I'm into that.
Oh, my God. Okay.
We're the nerds.
You can't get nothing for a quarter. It ain't 1947 no more.
If Browner says, whoa,
yeah,
that's a whoa, whoa, whoa.
Catch Kaplan and Crew tonight at 9 p.m. right after the game, only on Your View.
Back here to wrap things up from Irvine and Championship Soccer Stadium. Orange County nil, Tacoma nil. 2 clean sheets for both goalkeepers, and we look at our save of the game presented by Sherco. And this was a nervy moment as Abraham Romero went scrambling.
Almost. Danny Rebelates from distance, up over the top. Uh-oh. Good save by the goalkeeper. Well done at the end of things by Abraham Romero to keep them in this game and salvage a point.
So that is the save of the match presented by Sherco. And now the full-time highlights. No goals to show you, just plenty of chances starting in the 12th minute. There's another one of those long balls by Henry.
Well, he had a great idea that this is where they were going to be the most successful. Guess what? He wasn't wrong. How many of these things came up over the top, challenging that back three of Villanueva, Tom Brewitt, and Taylor Mueller? Unfortunately, they didn't really utilize it that much or to the best of their ability. They didn't play off of Markkanen. And the fact that on that one, he was the one who was breaking lines on that back line, not necessarily the best look for Orange County. Some tactful moves coming from the exterior and from some of the boys coming through the middle. He's around good talent coming out of the Philadelphia Union Academy. Little cut inside, little push to the outside. To the byline we go. Brian Olowski, 1, 2, 3 different defenders. Cut little back across. I thought this was the back of the net the entire time. Eric Calvillo, they went and got him for a reason, the low knee. Some people say he's got a lack of pace. Makes up for it in other areas. That's a Soccer Bowl champ in 2016 in NASL with the Cosmos. Runner-up to the San Francisco Deltas a year later. Professional for 6 years. He's only 22. Eero Markkanen had his sights set on glory as well, but no one told Taylor Mueller to get out of the way. Great job by the captain to get in front of it. Appreciated by the goalkeeper, Andy Thomas. Tail end of things, 83rd minute. This was that strike. Robles from distance. Romero, silky smooth. Good goalkeeping on this back line to scavenge the point.
So Romero puts that up and out. County Line Battalion, or pardon me, Coalition, I can read, will go into the night celebrating a draw at home. And for Orange County, they move up in the 2nd spot. Tacoma, they stay in 5th, but now level on points with 4th place Lostos, who they will play over the weekend. That does it here from Irvine and Championship Soccer Stadium. It finishes Orange County nil, Tacoma Defiance nil. Great way to start our Week 12 in the USL Championship. Much more action coming tomorrow on ESPN+, but it finishes here, OC nil, Tacoma nil. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.